What's up, everybody? This your boy, Liteskin Lou. I'm right here at Easton Senior High School, Capitol Hill, DC. And we're right here at the site of the first KOBY High School Student Athlete Summit. As you can see, they're preparing for it. And look right here to my left. I got my man, Marty McNair. Man, first of all, I want to say, nice meeting you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I love the atmosphere. Like I spoke at the beginning, you guys are preparing. So I just want to get some background on you, man. Let everybody know who Marty is and what he's about.
Yeah, man. So thanks for having us, for sure. I'm Marty McNair, and I'm the father and the father of Jordan McNair and the founder of the Jordan McNair Foundation. A lot of people really remember us from our son, from my son's legacy. My son Jordan was a young man that had a heat stroke while he was at the University of Maryland in 2018. And man, like we literally, I think as a father, you know, the grief of losing a son, man, was just so overwhelming that I figured, you know, the only way really to, as opposed to prevent myself from going into that rabbit hole of despair and depression, thinking that it was my fault or what happened, the goal was really to say, you know, how can we turn this pain into some type of purpose? And here we are in our 7th year, man, and we just evolved from incrementally all the way up until this point.
Yeah, and it's a great point, man. Like when I spoke to Wayne and he told us about this event, me and the lovely KiKi jumped at the chance because we know what it's like to be a part of something special. Yep. This is going to be special. This is the beginning, like you said, we're preparing. It's a great thing. So talk a little bit about the High School Student Athlete Summit. Talk a little bit about it.
So for us, you know, as a foundation, Lou, the main thing really initially was like, we were very, very heat-related injury-centric, right? Meaning that's all we talked about was heat. However, you know, one of the big things, like we were really 2 seasons initially, peak season and valley season. Meaning, you know, our peak season is the spring through the summer because that's when these injuries usually happen. So the goal after we went through about 3-4 years of that, it was like, I kept asking myself, how do we stay relevant all year long, right? And I wrote my first book, Can My Child Play, that really just kind of talked about our story. But one of the goals was like, how do we really prepare student athletes, especially in this collegiate, this ever-changing collegiate landscape? So I created a high school curriculum it was a KOBY curriculum. But you know, the funny thing, Lou, about KOBY was, man, KOBY literally just started out as a guiding set of principles. That was it. It was KOBY. That was the extent of it. And the goal was really to plant that seed of self-advocacy among student athletes to say, you know what, if I see a team member in distress, I speak up. If I see myself being abused by a coach or something like that, to speak up. So it was really just more of a voice amplification thing. And man, it evolved into the KOBY High School Student Athlete Summit, a full day of information, man. But literally, so you can't tell me one idea can't turn into something great.
Yeah, it is a great thing, man. Like I said, ever since, you know, Wayne told us about you, I've been locked in. I've been watching all your Instagram videos.
Thank you.
Just everything, man. And the commercials that you were making to advertise the event, we poured a lot of emotion into it. So you're really emotional about it. Yes, very passionate about it.
I'm dying on this hill.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about your passion and, you know, what you're looking forward to the most.
Yeah, man. So for me, really, the KOBY High School Student Athlete Summit really came from not only just student athletes, but parents, man. Because, you know, even with this setup right now that you see, and this is our parent education session, this is the environment you're talking to recruiters, you're talking to coaches saying, mom and dad, send your child, your son or your daughter to our school, and we're going to take care of them, right? So again, that's why we created a realistic environment for real-time conversation. So for me, I only asked 2 questions. I asked a couple days prior to signing day, University of Maryland coaches was at our kitchen table eating spaghetti. I asked, can Jordan get some playing time? And then I asked something around mental health and substance abuse support. Okay. That was it. I didn't have an in the event of mindset to say, what systems do you all have in place in the event that something goes wrong? No parent thinks like that. So for me, what could possibly go wrong at a Big Ten school and especially the University of Maryland? So for us, that was really the main thing. Like, we need to educate parents on the in the event of having an in the event of mindset on how to protect your child all the way around the board, especially when they leave home.
Yes, it's a great thing because it's almost like an extended parent to some degree because when your kids go off to school, you want to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do on the field and off the field.
Correct.
And I think this is going to be monument.
I think so.
Sitting right here
I
on this
think so.
couch, man.
Yeah,
this is
thank
like
you.
you guys are preparing for the event.
Yep.
I feel like this is going to be monumental because it's very important.
Yep.
So my next question to you is, how important is it for a young student athlete to look at this KOBY High School Student Athlete Summit and say, you know what, I need to get everything I need to get out of this?
Yeah, so to answer that question, man, I think every student athlete in the DMV should be at the KOBY High School Student Athlete Summit. Not only them, but their parents, because what young people won't fail to realize is that, yeah, you may be the big fish or in the small pond, meaning you putting up 20, 30 points a night, or you might be running 3-4 touchdowns every game, or whatever it is your sport is. At the next level, it's not gonna be like that, because everybody on the team can put them numbers out nowadays as well. So this is where we educate young people on how to really kind of take care of their mental health. And again, we got real-time, conversations, man. Like, we ain't got nobody that's unrelatable. We got other younger athletes that may just be a step above them as well at the collegiate level, maybe at the professional level. But again, man, the goal is really to plant these seeds of self-advocacy and self-care and some financial literacy along the way. The goal really isn't to say the KOBY Summit ain't about, how quick you can run and how fast or how high you can jump or how much you can bench press. Nah, man, we giving real life skills for young people, for them to start that conversation, or when it resonates, they'll be ready.
Yeah, and ready they should be, man. I gotta tell you, this is I keep saying it's gonna be monumental, man. Just sitting here talking to you, I can see your enthusiasm behind it.
Thank you.
How important is it for a student athlete to navigate the right way? Because things have changed.
Absolutely.
Things have changed. A lot of things have changed. So my question to you is, how important is it for these students to navigate the right way?
Yeah, so what I would say is, how important is it for these families to navigate the right way?
Yes, families.
Because that's really the big thing for us, man, is like parent education. Like, everything starts at home. Just think about it, right? Your financial literacy experience or education starts at home. Your self-advocacy, whatever it is, it starts at home. So that's really our main goal, to inform families. Because now, man, everybody thinks about money, but money causes just as many problems as it solves, if not more.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. Money don't come with instructions. You know what I mean? So, this is real. This is something they ain't heard, that they ain't seen the negative sides of money. You know what I mean? For sure. So this is where we come across, where we educate parents. We got such a dynamic host of speakers, man. They ain't hearing this from me. They hearing this from sports agents, NIL agents, collective agents, branding specialists. They're hearing this from real folks that's going through this. Parents are hearing financial literacy from financial advisors. You know what I mean? Because now, man, you need a lawyer and an accountant just to look at a scholarship nowadays.
I watched you on Instagram.
It's real, man. Like, it's real. So, our goal is to try to educate families from a realistic perspective, man. Like, we got real parents that sitting on our panel discussions, that one lady, her son just got drafted last week. And when she went through NIL, her son had an NIL deal, she was calling me. Not a collective deal, an NIL deal, it's a difference.
Yes.
She was calling me like, bro, what should I do? And I'm like, whatever you do, get a lawyer to look at it before you sign anything. These are the real-time conversations you're having at the summit.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. Your book, The Fifth Quarter.
Yeah.
I put it on my list. Yes, right. Put it up there so they can see it, man.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Okay, I got one for you. Yeah, I'm ready to sign it now.
I appreciate it.
Right.
The Fifth Quarter. What do you want somebody that's going to read your book? What's the message you want them to take from the book?
Man, I want anybody to, because guess what? Great question. And I say that because, when people ask you, hey, what is your book about? It's not really about what your book is about. It's what you want people to get from your book, right? And that's really the main thing about reading a book. What do you got? What did you get? That's the selling point of it. So for me, with the Fifth Quarter, the goal is I want parents and student athletes alike, and parents, families, to say, you know what, I didn't think about that, and prepare them for the unknowns or the unthought of questions. And really to say, I can prepare my child and I'm comfortable once they leave home. That I have the right protections around them, and really and it's an easy read, but it's a guide, man. And not only is it just for parents, you got what we call exercises to say, these is conversations. And I'm telling you what kind of conversations to have. So I'm giving you examples of conversations to start now. Yep.
That's right. Y'all better start now.
Right.
Y'all better go get the book, The Fifth Quarter.
Yep.
Marty McNair.
Yep.
Got a couple more questions,
Yeah.
man.
Can I add one more thing?
Sure.
So, and even when you look at the fifth quarter, the reason I titled it that is because as parents, man, if you're thinking about anything when your child go to college for sport, if you think about anything other than life after sports, you think about the wrong thing. It's a young person's job for them to think about sports. Our job is to prepare them as a family for how does this decision to go to this school prepare them for life. And that's what the fifth quarter, that's the real fifth quarter.
That's the real
Right.
fifth quarter.
Correct.
But he's basically saying, well, you do the 4 quarters of the game, but the fifth quarter is about life. So get the book, y'all. Now, we spoke earlier, before we went on camera, we spoke on things have changed since we come up.
Yeah.
Nowadays, college players they can get NIL deals, the portal in college. What's your observation on that?
Man, I think, so let me start off by, I'm from Maryland, so the NIL bill in the state of Maryland is the Jordan McNair the Jordan McNair Safe and Fair Play Act. So I personally worked on that bill 3-4 years ago when the state of Maryland put the bill in effect. It's changed drastically since then. It's a whole different landscape. And let me be very, very specific for your listeners. Everybody uses NILs. Oh, it's an NIL deal. No, not technically, right? Because look at the Jake from State Farm commercial, right? How many athletes, regardless of what sport they play, do you really see with Jake? Not many.
Not many.
That's the equivalent of an NIL deal. NFL's professional sports players are still getting paid for their craft. However, but for them to represent a brand, that's an NIL deal. So when college kids are going to school now and they got collective deals, that's a pay-to-play deal, right? So we're paying you for your skill set. It's a job now. Now, if McDonald's says, hey, Angel Reese, you come over here and represent our brand, that's an NIL deal. So there is a difference, a huge difference. So when people broadly say NIL, that don't really, mean, but I think those are 2 good examples. Now, I think that when you look at the collective space and the financial space, it's a business now. So
Absolutely.
Coaches ain't really got to push you because now you as a student athlete, which most kids don't know, you're the business.
Yep.
You're your own business. Your body is the business. The way you treat your body, what you eat, all these different things is a business because rest assured, these people giving you some money, but it's an expectation with that.
Yes.
This ain't no free money. And I think another thing is for your parents who listen out, student athletes at that level, $100 ain't $100. A dollar ain't a dollar when somebody else paying you for it. That's only 61, 62 cents. But how many young people know that?
Not many.
Not many,
Not
right?
many, man. I like the way you broke that down,
a
man.
dollar ain't a dollar.
That's right. Talk a little bit about your partnership with TBIA.
Yeah, so that's my man Mike Loxley. So, Lox and I, people always thought that Lox and our relationship ain't even it isn't even sports related. Lox and Kia lost their son Miko the year before Jordan passed. So with Jordan passed, Lox was at Alabama, and man, he was the one that was calling me every morning, with a prayer or just some words of comfort, man, of strength. Because I had never experienced that before, and pray nobody experiences losing a child. But if you don't have anybody that's experienced that telling you they've been down that road, man, so Lox and our relationship really, even though Corey and his daughter Corey and Jordan went to the same school, same classes, signing day together. But again, as far as Lox and our relationship really developed from that. We just were in a club nobody wanted to be a part of or fraternity. You know what I mean? And he was very, very supportive at the beginning, and our relationship just continued to build from there. So people don't even understand, we don't even have a football sports relationship. Now, TBIA is a foundation, the Best is Ahead Foundation. Him and his wife Kia started, and they really talk about like gun violence, substance abuse, things like that plague our communities. And in honor of their son Miko, and man, really I just give them a shout for believing in the summit. For believing in me, believing in what we do, and seeing the evolvement of what we've done over the years, man. So shout out to them, man, and that's a long-standing partnership that, we're gonna make a lot of impact together in the future.
Yeah, that's right. And but guess what? The Live with Liteskin Lou Show, Liteskin Lou, we're gonna be right here, Paul. I think it's a great thing, man. Get ready to close this up, man. I had a great time talking to you.
Yep.
Do me a favor, look into the camera, and if there's a parent and student out there that doesn't know about the KOBY High School Student Athlete Summit, what would be your sell to them?
Yeah, so if you're the parent of a high school student athlete in the DMV, this is a one-day event that you do not want to miss. Register at the Jordan McNair Foundation.org. Will one day make a difference? Absolutely, because I guarantee you're going to get some information that will prepare not only you, but your family and your child for the next level of their life.
That's right, don't get no better than that.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking this interview. I always ask people, any last words, and let people know where they can find you.
Yeah, man, my last words are, to everybody, just remember, the more educated that we all are, the safer all our kids will be. Follow us at the Jordan McNair Foundation. We on all social media platforms. A lot of our posts really go on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. On the professional side, you can always catch me, but you can catch us everywhere. But that's my last words. The more educated that we all are, the safer our kids will be.
That's right. And did you say where you can find you?
Yeah, the Jordan McNair Foundation.org. That's where you can register for the upcoming KOBY Summit, which is next Saturday, May the 10th. And man, it's a free event. We got some dynamic sponsors, some dynamic speakers, a lot of great partners, community partners and everything. So we look forward to seeing everybody there.
That's right. Y'all better go get this book, The Fifth Quarter. If you get this book, what he's saying is this is gonna help you navigate through the student athlete, because there's so much stuff they got going. Get the book. I got mine. He said he gonna give me this book. It's gonna be autographed. I got mine. Marty, pleasure meeting you,
Thanks
man.
for having me, man. For sure, man.
For sure. Guess what? This is special. This is groundbreaking right here. We sitting on this couch right here.
Right?
This is groundbreaking.
Thank you.
Because once people see this video, they gonna start tapping in, man.
Yeah, thank you.
And guess what? We right here.
Yeah,
you
we
here,
appreciate
I'm
you.
here, and we here.
You.
Once again, Liteskin Lou right here. Marty, the man behind, he just behind the movement.
I'm only good as my team, brother. I got some good folks around me, man, for sure. And guess what, man? This is what we do to honor Jordan's legacy, man, for sure.
Yes, that's right. Marty McNair and the lovely KiKi behind the lens. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.